Hola, hola familia. This is Nessa Snow and welcome back to my channel. So today is Memorial Day and I want to just say a big thank you to all the soldiers who have served in the past, who have passed away. My heart goes out to the families, and also a big thank you to the military people that are still serving today. We don't thank you enough for everything that you do for us, and we definitely don't say thank you enough to those families that stick by our military members and help them through day to day and just staying with them as they fight for our country. And so for those that are no longer with us, and for those that are still fighting, thank you. But for today, it's just gonna be a get ready with me, Memorial Day weekend kind of get ready with me. So I have already used this Hannah Lee Sugar Lip Scrub. Once I got the sugar scrub off, I put some petroleum jelly on my lips, and so those are ready. I did wash my face with Clinique Rinse Off Foam Cleanser, and so my skin is clean and I've washed my hands. So let's get started. So we absolutely loved the Vital Boost Daily Moisturizer that I used. I also liked the primer, but I cannot find that one. So we're gonna be doing a different primer today. Okay, and then we are going to be using a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, which I have used, and I wouldn't say I use this one that much. It's not necessarily that I don't particularly like it, but the consistency of this one is just odd to me. The way it looks, the way it feels, the way it smells, but it is Smashbox and I do like that brand. So I'm just gonna use this on my T-zone right here. Oh, I put it on my nose. Don't want to do that, or the foundation might run off my nose. If anyone else has oil issues, I have heard from other beauty gurus with oily skin issues that if you put primer on your nose, that could cause your foundation to run off faster. So since I heard that, I'm like, okay, don't put it on your nose. Got it. All right, and it does make my skin fairly soft. Okay, and so the foundation we're using today is Mary Kay Time Wise Matte Wear Liquid Foundation. I'm using it in an Ivory 6. I have reviewed this makeup and it's definitely liquidy. I have a couple samples of this in different colors, and what's weird is my Ivory 6 is really liquidy, but I think it was the Ivory 3 was like really thick. Okay, so now we have the foundation blended into the skin. We're gonna do a couple things with our contour and bronzer. So I do have a couple things. I have a liquid bronzer. It's a Warm Glow by Temptu. And then I have my powder contour that I love from Tarte. And then I have my concealer from Sugar. So we'll start with our contour, then we're gonna do a little bit of bronzer to give that sun-kissed look. Next, I'm gonna use my Clinique powder. I will not lie, it is definitely not all Clinique anymore. There is a couple beauty gurus that were mixing their powders together. So they would mix together powders that they like. I had two that I thought were okay, and then Clinique I absolutely love. I mixed them all together because I was running out. And so this will be my next step. As always, I am going to be using my Quirky Tarte blush with my Farah brush, and just bring it right here. So I am putting my blush right above my contour and bronzer. I do mix it pretty close just because I don't really fully like contour. I don't see the difference between the contours and the bronzers that I have, just because I like all the colors. But I have my contour, bronzer, blush, and then of course contour and bronzer on top as well, just to give the face that sun-kissed look. And it also helps if you're like me and just tend to be pale, and you can be a little tan and still have a very pale face. I've been one of those people that have been like this since I was a kid. So the contouring and the bronzer help with that, and also the blush helps with that as well. Blush, to me, I used to hate it because I would see people put a very harsh line like I'm doing now, and I didn't like it. I didn't see the point of it. I thought people looked kind of like a clown, and like they would either do these circles right here that were really, really ridiculous, like just big round circles, or the really, really dark line, and it would kind of be where the the bronzer would be, so maybe a little bit lower. And I just never understood that. It never made sense to me, even though my mom can pull off some blush. She's always been really good at it. She would do the fish thing where you do it like that, which you'll catch me doing that sometimes too. She also would teach me that blush can go down your nose, and all of that. My mom, definitely a queen of blush. She wears it well, knows how to put it on, and it's so beautiful on her dark skin. Now, when I would see other people wear blush, I would see, you know, the circles or the really dark lines, and I hated it, absolutely hated it. But ever since I got this Tarte blush, I can't stop wearing it. I don't look as pale as I usually look. It almost gives me a radiant, younger look. Not that I'm not in my early 20s, but it gives that vibrant look that I'm looking for. All right, so you have put a lot of things on your face, and if you have any pimples or breakouts that you also wanted to hide, you probably use some concealer. If you have some dark circles under your eyes, use concealer there as well. You have a lot on your face, so the next thing that I do is use a Moisture Surge face spray from Clinique, and I just give myself a good spray just to put all of that together. And I'm running out of this bottle. I have another one, but oh, there we go. You just gotta hold it a certain way, and you just let that blend. If you're anything like me and you're hot-natured and it's 100 times worse when you put your makeup on, that also helps. It's like a cooling mist, and then on top of that, fanning it so that, you know, everything can kind of blend together. It kind of cools you off so you can finish your makeup. I also, in my bathroom, I purchased a small fan, I think from Walmart. It's about this big. Put it in the corner of your bathroom, and it helps tremendously. I have been so much happier in my makeup game since I added that little fan into my bathroom. Now that we got some spray down, we're gonna put our highlighter on. I don't have a highlighting brush of any kind, so I just use my finger. I don't have much of a brush set, which I'm hoping to change that eventually. This highlight is from Tarte as well. It's exposed highlight. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I've never been very good at knowing where highlight goes, as you'll see right now. But I kind of just slap it on like so. So that is absolutely blinding. And now that we all know that I don't know what I'm doing, let's move on. All right, so we're gonna move on to the eyes, and we're gonna start with our eyebrows. Just brushing those up so we know where our eyebrow is, and then we're going to fill them in. I always start in the beginning of my brow because that is where I'm losing the most hair. And of course, I am still using the same Anastasia dark brown eyebrow palette with my Anastasia number 7. And I start with the lighter color of the two in the front, and it gets darker. All right, so now we have our eyebrows done. Now I don't want to really say that this is my routine. I do this backwards and frontwards depending on what I am trying to accomplish that day. So if you do your eyebrows first and then do your everything else, that is very okay. I don't think that there is any set, I don't believe that there is any set rule on how you can or cannot put your makeup on. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer to really clean up those eyebrows. And I'm using the same IT Cosmetics concealer. Let's start here and move my way up to the eyebrow. I don't like when the concealer is too harsh under the eyebrow. I'm putting it in the inner corner of my eye as well, really lightening up that area. All right, and so the concealer is down on one side. I'm going to quickly get a packer brush, my normal powder that I use on my face, put a little bit of that on my brush, and put it on top of the concealer. And now I'm going on to the next eye. Both eyebrows are done and eyelids are ready for eyeshadow. I am just going to give a kind of a little bit of a smoky look, just natural, like I did last week with the Balm products, Nude and Bahama Mama, and a little bit of glitter with my Princess. I'm gonna finish off with my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I'm gonna spray that for a good one. Now that our face is set, we can do our last steps. I am going to be using the Mega Lash Volumizer and Punk Volumizer from Dose. I've never been a fan of using mascara on my bottom lashes because I feel that my bottom lashes are longer than my top lashes and it just looks odd. But I do press my lashes together a couple of times and let it kind of transfer over. I won't be putting fake lashes on today because I need some new ones, and I also am running out of glue, so we'll just be doing the mascara today. Last but certainly not least is going to be our lip color. I'm gonna do a creamy lip stain by City Color and my Berry and Juice vegan lip gel by Seraphine Botanicals. I have been using this almost every day. I love it so much. It smells good and it just makes my lips feel amazing. I think the lip stain just by itself is absolutely gorgeous, but I'm still gonna add the gloss. And it smells so good. All right, well that is today's look. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you look below, you can leave any comments, concerns, questions that you may have. There's also this big red subscription button. Please click it. There is a bell on the side to give you notifications every time I post a new video. Me and Blue are on Instagram and Twitter, all Nessa Snow, and on Snapchat, Nessa Snow XO. Again, I want to say a big thank you to all the military members today on Memorial Weekend. Gracias, hasta luego, ciao.